Have you ever coached against your son at any level?
I haven't. I've never coached him, in a real game or rec league game or anything like that. And never coached against him. So, man, emotions all over the place. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what it'll feel like. I know he's a lot more calm and a lot more excited about it than I am. I'll tell you that.
Did you want to coach him at any level?
You know what? We used to do some stuff in the driveway, or I'd take him to the gym and work with him. And, um, early on, I knew I couldn't coach him just because I'm dad, and I wanted to be dad. And no matter how much ball I played, how long I coached, no matter who I coached, I didn't know anything. I was dad, you know what I mean? So I think that kind of, it has always been a part of me saying I like to coach him, but I think that just those times we spent in the gym and him making me feel just dad and don't know anything about basketball kind of put it to me quick that hey, maybe coaching him isn't a great thing.
Zach? How do you kind of walk the line between being dad and then kind of being coach after maybe watching a game or kind of watching practice with him?
It's tough. It's tough, and I'll admit, early on in life, I didn't do a great job of it. But I think as I got older and as I talked to more people, I realized it's more important to be dad after the game than it is to be coach, and just kind of ask him if he wants any of my input and if he wants to know what I thought or what I saw. Because he's been around the game so much and for so long, he has a great feel for what he did right and what he did wrong, and so early on I didn't quite grasp that, but as I got a little more, I guess, wiser, and I learned from people, it kind of taught me just to kind of be dad, and let him get out whatever it is, and then if he has any questions, he'll ask me. He's always been great about it, like, hey, what do you see, and all that good stuff. So I'd say he helped me with that, but it was something early on that, and still now, it's tough because I'll see his games and I want to just hit him with a bunch of stuff, and I just have to sit back and kind of, hey, what do you think? What are your coach telling you? What did your coach seeing, and all that stuff.
Right, Reese?
How many games have you watched of your son, and how are you kind of going to be able to focus on coaching? Meanwhile, your family member is out there running around on the court.
Yeah. I've seen all of his college games. I go back and watch them. And so, especially for this scout, I have a great feel for what they want to do, what they're trying to do, and obviously on him. And, again, it'll be interesting. I don't know how it'll feel, I don't. It'll be, I'm sure to be a weird moment, but also a proud moment too. Like I know how hard he's worked to get to this point and to get to where he is now. And he's playing at a good level right now, and so for me as a dad, I'm just thrilled and excited that he'll have a chance to play on this stage and to compete at this level. So it'll be a lot of mixed emotions, and for me and also my family. We have a lot of family that'll be in town for the game as well.
Right, right.
Coach, I know you guys don't have like a defensive or an offensive coordinator, but just how would you describe, and you guys swap the scouts out.
Yep.
Your defense, what is going so right on that end of the floor right now that you guys are playing at the level you're at?
Yeah, right. That's a great question, and I don't think I've been around a defense of this level in my coaching career, and I would attribute it to one, the guys. They're so committed to getting stops, to defending. They're locked in the scouting reports. They get the scouting report on their devices, whether it's iPads or whatever, and they're studying it, and you hear them talking to each other about them. And, when we going through scouts, they see things, they make, hey, coach, what about this? What about that? And then like their effort, they're playing really hard on that side of the ball, We're not perfect. We're not perfect there, but I think the effort that the guys are playing with masks some of the mistakes that we do make. But I would give, the credit to the guys and how hard they play, how hard they prepare, and their attention to the detail in the preparation and the scouts and the stuff on their own, that they're watching and they're doing as a unit. And I think Coach Barnes does a great job also of emphasizing the importance of being a great defensive team. And if you're not holding up your end of the bargain on the defensive side, I don't care what you're doing on offense. It's going to be hard for you to be on the floor if you can't defend and do what you're supposed to do on that side of the ball.
Jimmy?
Two things. One, about the defense. There are a lot of new faces on this team. Are you surprised that the defense has gelled together this quickly?
Initially, yeah, kind of coming into it. But then once you're around Santi, once you're around Josiah, once you're around Folky, Urosh, you're around those guys for a couple days, you see why it's where it's at. Because those guys, from a leadership standpoint, I mean, they're on top of it. And they hold everybody accountable. They're smart players. They know where they're supposed to be. They know where their teammates supposed to be. And a lot of times they know where the offense is going and what they're trying to do too. And so those guys, man, I mean, they're coaches on the floor. They're always talking to each other and directing each other and they're true leaders. So it's a lot of new faces, but those guys that have been here, they know and they're smart and they're locked into the importance of being a great defensive team. And look, they were, last year, top 5 defensive team. So they know what it's like. They know what it's all about. And, they want to be the best defensive team in the country. So they're holding everybody accountable.
And since you had the scout for this game, how do you stop Jordan Gainey?
Well, fortunately, I didn't have the scout. I didn't, so, he's, I would say how to stop him, try to make it tough for him to catch. I would say be physical. He's a freshman and he's not as physical right now. So those would be and I would say contested shots. He can really shoot the basketball. Shoots it way better than Dad did.
All right, Coach, we're going to talk to Brandon in a minute, and Coach Barnes came here on Saturday and said that Thursday and Friday of last week he felt like Brandon had really kind of turned the corner. What did you see from him last week in the game on Saturday?
Yeah, no, he's he is. Brandon is first. He's an amazing kid. Amazing young man. I'm sorry, and again, think about it. He's still supposed to be in high school, and so he's just learning. And every day is a learning experience for him. And he's been a sponge in this process. He never barks back or bites back from correction or adjustments or constructive criticism. He's a student of the game, and he understands what it takes to be good, and for him, again, he's got a lot of older guys in front of him, and maybe his role isn't as big as he wants it to be right now, but he understands, and he continues to learn from these older guys. And I'm telling you, you just seeing the beginning of who he's going to be and who he can be. He already has a impressive physique, but for me, the thing that surprised me when I first around him is just his basketball IQ, his basketball feel, and some of the things he does instinctively on the court. He has a bright future, and he's about the right things. He's about the right things, and he's not caught up in all the outside stuff. He's locked in on us, the team, and him getting better every day. And so you can see him maturing every day, and it's fun. It's fun to watch.
Okay,
much ribbing has there been between you and your son Jordan? Have you guys been trash talking each other at all?
You know what? We haven't talked about it. We haven't. Not about the game. Now, his brother, on the other hand, his younger brother, he's been on him. He's been on him. So I think he's super juiced for this game. But me and Jordan, not much. We haven't even really talked about it, other than you need anything when you come up, bring you anything to the hotel. Mom is trying to make cookies and all that good stuff. So
How old is your other son?
he's 15, so he's a freshman over at West.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
All right, anything else for Coach?
You talked about Alcadro. I think he's been the conference freshman of the week a couple of times. Just
Yeah.
talk a little bit about how well you think he has played as a freshman.
yeah, no, I think he's gotten off to a really good start. Their team has a lot of new faces. And him kind of walking into that situation and being able to, have an early impact, it's been good for him, and so I think he's off to a good start. I think he's, if you ask him, there are some things he needs to clean up and he's trying to work on, but all in all, like as I think about him being a freshman and so many new faces and their group, going through the schedule that they've been through. I mean, it's been tough. They've played some really tough games and they've been right there. They've been right there, and so. But for him, personally, I think he's off to a good start, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.